Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to the channel. Godless Gamer here, and welcome to the second episode in my brand new series, The Rise of House Redmoor. This is a campaign that I'm doing using the Elder Kings 2 mod for Crusader Kings 3, and it's been buckets of fun so far. I'm really enjoying it so far, and we're only 2 episodes in. Well, technically only one because you're still watching this one, but we're only 2 episodes in, and I'm already enjoying the campaign. I think it's been really fun. Before I press continue, I did also want to give a shout out to all the viewers and all you nice people out there who liked my last video and commented on it. You guys are amazing. I love my viewers. You guys are just always so positive, and it just makes me feel good and makes me feel happy. And I would like to just report to everybody that the first video in this series is actually performing really well, and it's making me happy. So thank you guys. That all your likes and comments and everything always helps. So I do want to thank you for that, guys, humbly. So let me thank you by just kind of shutting up and pressing continue here. And I did want to discuss something. We kind of have an issue, and I just wanted to talk about it before we unpause and before we start doing our fun conquest and all that good stuff. So, what I wanted to talk about is actually something that somebody brought up in the comments, and I wanted to thank them for bringing this to my attention, and it made me think about some things. So, I just wanted to go over it. We have an issue, and the issue is that we are of the Gajilani culture, and this culture is not under my control. I am not the cultural head of the Gajilani culture. We adopted this culture from House Redoran here. House Redoran, they are the Gajulani culture, and for role-playing reasons, we adopted their culture. Now, because I adopted their culture, I am not the cultural head. This guy is. He is in control of everything. He basically makes all the decisions for my culture, and he decides what traditions we have or don't have, and he's the one deciding what our culture is fascinated by. Right now, we're fascinated by alchemy, which is interesting. Gives us a small health boost and some disease resistance. But, I mean, whether he's choosing a good one or not is kind of beside the point. The point is not what he's choosing. The point is that he's making the choice. I want to make the decisions. I want to choose which innovations that we research or don't research. And in order to do that, I need to be the cultural head. So, we have some options and some things that we can do to become the cultural head, and I've kind of divided them into 3 options. There's the slow option, there's kind of the medium speed option, and then there's the really quick option. The really quick option kind of has a caveat because we have an issue there, but let's start from the slowest option and work our way to the quickest. So the slowest option we have to becoming the cultural head is to basically take over, increase the size of our realm, just make our realm bigger, and convert our realm to the Gajilani culture, and just outnumber, become the cultural head by having more counties under my control of the culture than of this guy's control. He currently has 21 counties, so the slowest way for me to do that is to just take over more land and control more land, and then use my steward to promote my culture in places. So that's kind of going to be a long, time consuming kind of option, so I'm kind of straying away from that option. But if we have to do it, we have to do it. But there's the next option, which is kind of along the same lines. It involves increasing the size of our realm, but it involves going over here and capturing land against House Redoran, and that's kind of a double-edged sword. It benefits us to conquer lands of House Redoran because House Redoran has the Gajilani culture here, and if I'm conquering lands here in House Redoran and I'm conquering these Gajilani lands, I am increasing the amount of counties that I control with my culture, and I'd be decreasing at the same time the amount of counties that this guy has. He currently has 21. So if I were to capture a county here, the number of counties that I would have would go up by one, but simultaneously the amount of counties that he has would go down by one. So it would speed up the process if I were to just focus my conquests here in House Redoran territory and just take God Julani lands from him, but and that way speeding up the process in which I become the cultural head. So like it's along the same lines as option 1, but instead of conquering lands over here, like I want to, because I want to role play and I want to create the kingdom of Azura's Coast, because we are a devotee of the Daedra Azura, and for role playing I wanted to create the kingdom of Azura's Coast. And not only for role-playing do I want to create Azura's Coast, I also have the duchy that I'm working for right now. I want to create Sheogorad. Sheogorad, the Duchy of Sheogorad, is de jure part of Azura's Coast. So just creating my initial realm that I want to make is advancing me towards creating Azura's Coast. So it's helping me with this goal. If I were to get distracted and start focusing over here in Velothis or in House Redoran lands, I would be diverting myself from doing this, and I would be focusing on capturing lands over here, which isn't really practical for me. Their House Redoran is really strong. All the powers in this area along Azura's Coast, with the exception of House Telvanni, but all of these are kind of smaller powers, and I can kind of manage them in a more reasonable way as opposed to going to war with House Redoran. So that's the second option. It's faster than option number 1, but it kind of has its issues. So what is the third option? The third option is the fastest, and the third option has its own problems. So what's the third option? The third option would be to do what the commenter said and diverge my culture. If I diverge my culture, I'm essentially creating a new culture, making me the leader or the cultural head of the culture by default, because it's my new culture. It's mine. So I could do that, but we have some issues here. Your culture is not present in at least one county in your realm. That's not a big problem. We can solve that. We are already promoting our culture in our capital, or in our county here. So this problem can be solved. This problem can be solved. Missing 293 prestige. That's easy. We just get more prestige. The issue is here with this problem here. A culture with this heritage is already considered native to your capital's nativity region. So the way I interpret that is basically, because the campaign started with us starting here, and the county culture of this county is Ashlander. I guess that means that Ashlander is the nativity region. Most cultures are... Okay, let me just read the tooltip. Maybe that'll help. Most cultures are set to have been born or to have lived for hundreds of years in a specific part of the world, also known as a nativity region. It is very difficult for them to be spread outside of their nativity regions, and it is usually easier for a ruler to spread a local culture instead of their own. Some cultures are not tied to any specific part of the world and can make themselves at home no matter the environment. These cultures are considered nomadic. So basically, boil down to my understanding is, because Ashlander is the native culture here, and this is where my capital is, it depends on where your capital is. A culture with this heritage is already considered native to your capital's nativity region. So solving the problem, I guess, would be to move my capital where my culture is considered native to the region. But that entails a whole bunch of issues. Like, I would have to, first of all, conquer a place where my culture is considered native, and that's not really practical for me. That, again, kind of forces me to go over here. But one thing that I did notice is that there is some Gajulani culture here, but I'm not sure if the game considers the Gajulani culture native to this part of the map. Because the culture here is Gajulani, the culture that we have, but I don't know if the game considers this county native Gajulani or if it considers it native Ashlander. So I was thinking maybe in order to solve the problem, I just eventually capture this county. I make it my realm capital, therefore fulfilling the obligation of fulfilling this obligation, the culture with this heritage, blah, 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 to your capital's nativity region. So is this considered is this considered native Gajulani? Is this land considered native Gajulani? I don't know. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, all right, so what if I eventually just capture this, move my capital here, which is not a big deal. It's fine. It's the duchy capital of this duchy, so we'd be making this castle our capital, which is okay. It's a county with 1, 2, 3, 4 baronies in it. That's not really bad. That's a pretty decent sized county. But one thing that I was thinking about is I don't know much about this terrain type. This terrain type, volcanic ashlands, I don't know how much money I can get out of this kind of terrain. I know I can get a lot of money out of plains and stuff. I can just build a lot of farms, and that can give me a lot of money. That's a good way to get income. I just don't know a lot about this terrain type, so I don't know what kinds of buildings and what kinds of money-making buildings that I can build here in order to increase the amount of gold that I get. So I'm in a very interesting conundrum, and it's not like we have to make a big decision right now. We can just get to our normal stuff. We have our short-term goal that we want to do, and we're just going to work on that first. But it is a problem. This cultural head problem is something that we have to solve, and I want to make sure that I'm moving in a particular direction in order to solve it. I think I'm leaning more. I want to try to get this. I'm eventually going to come down here and grab this duchy anyway. So maybe moving my capital here will solve the problem. I don't know. Maybe one of you guys can know if somebody in the comments wants to comment and leave their advice for me. I'm totally open to it. But I think this is what I'm going to try. I could be completely mistaken. I could be. And we might just have to do the long route of promoting our culture. If I have to do that, I'll do it. But we'll try to grab this, which is which is a short-term goal. We can do that soon. So again, thank you, commenter, for letting me know of this problem and giving me the advice to diverge my culture so I can immediately become the cultural head. I appreciate that. We'll try to solve this problem here, but if we can't, we can't. So here we go. I just did want to touch on that because I thought it was important. So we're going to just do our realm management stuff. I do have an idea of what I want to do here and how we're going to start this. I was taking a look after the last episode, and I was noticing that I have some better courtiers in my court that would serve as better counselors, and I might as well replace counselors while I can, because I don't have any powerful vassals, and powerful vassals want to be on the council. It's kind of one of their nitpicks. They want power, and since I don't have any powerful vassals, switching around to my council isn't a huge deal, so we're going to do this. We're going to fire some counselors and hire some better ones. We have several. We're going to go from a 10 stewardship steward to a 15 stewardship steward. Thank you. Same with our spy master. We're going from 13 to 15. Excellent. So we got better counselors, which is going to help us in a lot of ways. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start marrying some people off. I'm not going to marry myself off, but I think I'm going to marry some of my counselors just so I can get some kids into the court, just so we can get some little, so we can hear the pitter-patter of little children running around the court. The pitter-patter of dark elf, red-eyed, scary-looking children running around. So I'm going to marry some of my counselors. I'm going to prioritize marrying them before any other random courtier. Let's marry our counselors off. I'm going to marry my marshal off. By the way, he's the best marshal I've got, so I'm keeping him in the position. So what I'm going to do is another benefit to starting to get some children born into the court is I can start getting more people of my culture. I'm just going to marry my marshal, who is an Ashlander. I'm going to marry him to a Gadjalani wife. I'll just marry him to her. There we go. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to do a matrilineal marriage here. Matrilineal marriage will ensure that the children of this marriage will adopt the culture of their mom. So we want to do that. Matrilineal marriage, they have kids. Their kids will be Gadjalani, therefore giving me a nice pool of people of my culture that I can start messing around with, giving positions and yada yada yada. So we're going to marry them together, and I think I'm going to do one more. I think I'm going to marry my steward off. I have my court physician has an inheritable trade here, and he's not married, so I'm not against marrying them together. She is Gadjalani, he is Ashlander. We will make sure that it's a matrilineal marriage, and maybe their kids will get this inheritable trade. We're making sure it's a matrilineal. She is Gadjalani, and we want their kids to be Gadjalani, so matrilineal is what we want. I think those are all the marriages I'm going to do for now. Let's try not to marry too much within our court. But we do want to start having children around of our culture. So I thought getting some marriages in our court would be good. Another thing that I want to do is finally hire a court mage here. My court physician is excellent. He has an excellent aptitude for the job, which is the best you can be. So he's lucky. He's going to have 2 jobs. He's going to be my physician and my court mage, which I guess kind of makes sense in the Tamriel world, the world of Tamriel, because it makes sense. A magic user is going to be a good healer because all they have to do is just use the restoration line and just be good at restoration magic. And there you go. Boom, you got a good physician. So yeah, we're going to give him the job. He's excellent. So he's lucky. He gets 2 jobs. We're not going to fill any more of these positions. We're going to wait because all of them cost money and I need to save money. So we got a mage and we've got marriages. Everybody on the council is doing their job. Another thing I want to do is, since I'm talking about magic and stuff, I'm going to open the spell book. I haven't cast a spell yet. I was waiting until I could summon a Daedra. We're going to summon a Flame Atronak. We get +5 Arcana, +5 Prowess, and Natural Dread +10 for 20 years. And I have enough Magicka to do it, so I'm going to summon a Flame Atronak. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start developing my capital. I'm going to take a big stress hit because I'm diligent, which isn't great, but I'm doing it anyway. I want diligent planning, development growth, and realm capital +2 a month. That sounds nice to me. Let's do it. I'm going to take a whole bunch of stress, but to counteract that, I'm going to eventually call a hunt. But first, before I do that, I'm going to go on a pilgrimage here. Pilgrimages are really cool with this mod because of something special. The holy sites are places in our world that are closest to the good Daedra. To see them for myself is to prove my dedication as a Velothist. We're going to choose a destination. We're going to choose the cheapest one. It's going to cost us 50 gold, which we have. It's going to cost us 50 gold. We're going to do that. Now, there's a possibility we can get a trait at the end of this pilgrimage. I am going to press play now, sorry. We can, there's an opportunity for us to get a special trait out of the pilgrimage, and we could become a mystic, which is really cool. We want to get it. And now that we're pressing play, I had to stop. I haven't talked about what we're going to do conquering wise. We want to, very quickly, we want to make sure that we are taking this duchy of Sheogored as fast as possible. I don't want any other powers to start gobbling up pieces of my duchy. I don't want that. So we are, in this episode, going to go as fast as we can, jumping between these little powers. Boom, 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 grabbing them one after the other. They're all separate powers here, so we can declare separate wars on all of them without having to wait for truces. So we want to capture all of our duchy fast before House Telvanni gets any smart ideas and they start taking pieces, or Zainab or Kushtapi. I don't want any of them to take my duchy from me at all. So we are going to work towards conquering. We're just going to pick the weakest power here, which looks like you. They're all pretty weak. I currently have a truce right now for 5 years with this one, so I think we're going to have to go for them last. We have to wait for this truce to end. I'm not going to bother murdering the leader. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm just going to wait for the truce to end. We can conquer the rest of these people in the meantime. So, okay, finally, we're going to press play. My army is almost up to 937. We'll wait for it to get to full strength, and then I will conquer the Temple of Aldeidroth. And we are on that pilgrimage. We are hoping we get the Mystic trait. I do have some stress. I'm kind of looking at this one. I do have some stress that I would not mind losing. I don't think our piety income is a big problem. I wouldn't mind that diplomacy. I want that stress relief. So I'm going to take that one. Come on, army. Hurry up. We need to gobble these up as fast as possible. Alright, you know what? You're strong enough. We're going to go to war very quickly. We're going to grab this while we can. We're going to declare a holy war, I guess. Nope, we don't have the piety for it. Alright, fine. We'll wait until we come back from our pilgrimage. Then we'll have enough piety. There we go. So we're going to gain 250 piety, which is what we want. And we're going to gain this, close family opinion, and we have a chance to become a wise man, which gives us all of these. Learning +1, Arcana +2, and more piety. Please become a mystic. Please become a mystic. Nope. That's okay. We have multiple opportunities to try to get that, so I really would have liked it right now, but what we really got out of that was the piety that we needed to declare this war. Yeah, I want to do the holy war. I don't want to use my prestige to raise all our armies. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get there, but that's okay. So right after this war is over, which will be pretty fast, we're going to grab the next person. Maybe this one. Dagon fell. Dagonfell is the duchy capital, so we're going to need the duchy capital in order to create the duchy. So I think we're going to go for them next. They're pretty weak. And I have a decent amount of domain limit. I have 8, so that should be enough to grab all of these and still be able to hold them personally. We're going to have to give a few of them away because some of them are either temple holdings or republics, like Dagonfell here. Dagonfell is a republic, and I can't hold the republics personally. Which is going to introduce its own problems, but we'll talk about it in a second. We'll get this war done first. We're just going to save up our money. I'm going to actually put my, my marshal on organized army. That'll bring in some money while these wars are going on, because I'm going to be at war constantly. So I'll just keep them on organized army. We'll worry about the control issues that we're going to have because we're conquering things so fast. We'll worry about that later. I'd rather get the lands and have them be low control than to not have the lands at all. I'll take that any day. I'll take the land any day. So once we grab this, we are going to grab it. We'll let our army recharge a little bit more. Get to full strength, and then we'll take Dagonfell next. And then I think we're going to go for the Rothern after that. Then we'll go for Dralas, which is going to be interesting because they are the strongest. So we need as much strength as we can before we fight these guys. They're going to be the last ones I go for. But we do want this one too. So, alright, we won the war. We're in forced demands. Disband. I know there's low control here, but that's okay. And I'm being told that I should grant it to somebody else because it's a temple holding. But we're not going to do that yet. If I grant this to somebody else, because I'm a count right now, if I give this to somebody else, I'd be creating a new count. I'd be creating an independent realm. I need to create the Duchy of Sheogored title first before I grant vassals away. So that's what we're trying to do. Even though these holdings are useless in my possession, not only because of the low control, but because they're not the right type of holding, we're just going to hold on to them anyway. Alright, so our army's at full strength again. Here we go. This is going to be the next war. We're going for Dagonfell now. We're going to do another holy war. We're going to go grab it. Go get them, boys. I don't have enough money yet. I'm going to wait to call a hunt, but I eventually do want to do that. I'm going to wait. Patience. Alright, they're probably going to retreat and come back for more. Yeah. I could activate this shield ritual to help with my casualties. I'm not going to. I'm going to save my magicka, but I could do it. It's something that I could do to help. Maybe if we're fighting tougher enemies, I'll do it. Alright, they just suicided their army, and they don't have an army anymore. Now we have to wait for this. We still have 3 years until our culture is promoted in our capital. We're almost to our next learning lifestyle, or to our first learning lifestyle. We're going to go to anatomical studies, and then we're going to grab restraint. We want this celibacy perk for the future. Oh, he's summoning a new army to die. Look at the idiots that he convinced to come in. Alright, you know what? Let's spare them. We won. Alright, there's county number 2. We're going to wait for our army to recharge a little bit, and then we're going to grab Lotharen as soon as we can. I don't want dumb House Telvanni to take any of these. They already grabbed one of them, and I'm keeping an eye on this one, but we don't want them grabbing any more. Oh, I have some prisoners I didn't look at. This guy has high learning, and I actually kind of don't mind his personality. He's 125, though. See, I mean, I need to... I wouldn't mind bringing more people into my court, but because I'm growing my realm, I'm get more people into my realm. So I don't need to... Unless a prisoner really impresses me, we're just gonna let him go. Or demand that they convert and tell them to get out. I have been studying the ancient religious, the sacred Jedi texts and the writings of scholars. They all seem to agree that this world will end as many others before this epoch. According to my research, we are one of many kalpas that have come and gone. However, my wise woman Tarosi urges me to keep it to myself. Leave it to the canons and avoid a panic. What if your research is wrong? Some learning lifestyle experience, some prestige, which would be nice, at the expense of piety, which I kind of have plenty of. Do I want piety? Nope. Or do I just want learning lifestyle? Her opinion of me goes down. She is my realm priest. She is my realm priest. I don't want to make her upset. Damn it. I wouldn't mind that prestige. We don't need it, but it would be nice. I just don't want her to stop endorsing me. She's giving me money. Alright. We got our learning perk anyway. Anatomical studies. Thank you so much. Alright, our army is fully charged. Next conquest. Here we go. This should be easy. These are our islands. And then I think once we capture our duchy and we control our duchy, we're gonna start moving down this way. I want to grab Kogarun. I want to grab these two counties because they are under control of a little power here that we can potentially fight. They're not really, really strong. We could fight them, start taking the counties from them, grab this one, create the duchy title, and then have 2 duchy titles. Well, more suicide. I mean, I give them, you know, bless their hearts for trying. But I'm just gonna cut out their hearts now. Alright, this truce with these guys here is gonna end in 3 years. I need to... Oh, once I get enough prestige, I can increase my tribal authority. Speaking of which, I need to get up to tribal authority number 4 in order to eventually do the adopt autocratic ways decision. I need absolute tribal authority. and I need all the rest of these things that we need to work towards. But I need to improve my... I mean, prestige is not really a value, or is not really in abundance for me right now. But we do want to make sure that we're focusing on these. Another thing that I want to do, guys, this is something that I forgot to mention. My gender laws and my succession laws, they're equal. So men and women are equal in succession. I don't want that. I want to go to male preference. I want to go back to what I'm used to. I want to go back to my comfort zone. And I'm so used to the feudal style government and having male preference. So we're going to try to get to that. It's going to cost us 500 prestige, but we'll get there. That's another thing I want to do. Only boys can inherit. Sorry, ladies. Nothing against you, but it's just makes the line of succession easier, in my opinion. Alright, so we got that now. Alright, next fight is going to be with... maybe these guys. I don't know if we're going to be able to tangle with them. Our armies are pretty much similar size, and he has a pretty strong army. He's got 600 men-at-arms. So we might have to put off fighting them. Let's consolidate our lands. Let's wait for this truce to end. Let's go to war with these guys next. 3 years. That's not too long. In the meantime, we can get some things done. We're going to go back to increasing control. I'm only going to increase control in counties that I know I'm going to be keeping, which is the counties with holding types that I can hold, and those are tribal. I can hold tribal holdings without any penalties, so I'm going to hold on to the tribal holdings. I'm eventually going to be giving away these two holdings, this temple holding and the city holding. So once I get rid of them and give them to vassals, the vassals can increase the control themselves. I don't need to do it. We also have to start converting some places. A couple of the places that I captured, they have a different religion. Nord Pantheon and the Cult of Sheogorath. But because I'm going to be giving these away to vassals, like I said, the vassals can do the converting themselves. So unless there's a county that we control personally that's a different religion, we won't convert them. We'll let our vassals do that. They can do the legwork. Alright, let's check out our prisoners. This woman is kind of interesting. I do kind of like her personality, and her little novice physician trade here is nice to have. It's pretty attractive. Her quick trade is pretty attractive as well. But disloyal isn't. Nope. I'll just get the money out of her. This guy doesn't really particularly impress me. 15 isn't bad, but I already have a spy master that has 15. I can't get any money for him, so we'll just tell him to get out. I can create the duchy. I just need the gold. Alright, 2 more years. 2 more years until the truce is over. 17 months until our culture is in Redania. You can read this. I've seen this several times, so it's not really new to me, but if you want to read this, go ahead. It just, long story short, Skyrim just split into two. There's now Eastern Skyrim and Western Skyrim. But we don't care about Skyrim and that snowy land. We care about Morrowind and the mountain, the Red Mountain, just the land of ash and fire. Alright, 2 more years. It's coming. I do have enough money now where I wanna do a hunt. I lose some stress. 17 gold isn't that much. We can do that. Going on hunts improves my prestige, which is what I want. As the hunt goes on, you find yourself separated from your group and in a part of the hunting grounds you have never seen before. Around you, the singing birds of the various noises made by bigger beasts have grown quiet, and you can feel a higher presence overseeing this land. As you slowly press on, you find a small and secluded shrine dedicated to none other than the Daedric Prince Hercene, father of the hunt, the prince of lycanthropy. Do I need piety? Not really. And it might ruin my hunt. I can issue a small prayer to him. Or I can get the secret worshipper of Hercene. No thanks. Alright. We want him to... Let's have him help in our hunt. Let's issue a small prayer. Let's be pious. I mean, we are the Dark Elves, and we revere the Daedra, so it's not really outside the realm of possibility that we would be open to offering a prayer to a Daedra. Alright, that gave us a bunch of prestige. I don't know what's happening here. Okay, it's over. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what just happened there, what this war was. 19 months. I have enough prestige here. Let's spend some of it. Let's get our bowman up to full strength. We are about to finish our learn language scheme. Red Mountain grumbles like an angry giant. Its sides drip with warrior's red. Warrior's red, hell yeah. A slobbering beast before it lunges for the kill. I dream of its eruption, of billowing ash and spouting flames. I always awake in a cold sweat. Rumors swirl around the mountain like the ashy wind. Legends, myth. But I am no stranger to the power of myth and the truth that it holds. I am no stranger to the power of the good Daedra. I hear stories of treasure hunters delving deep into the dark passages, of the screams that never reach the surface. I know in my heart that the great Red Mountain will never be defeated, will never give up its prize. Not until a true force of good emerges to claim it, or perhaps a true force of evil. Alright, what are my options here? What do I want? Monthly lifestyle experience plus 15%? Don't need piety. Wouldn't mind prestige. I do have this option because of my learning skill. Do I want monthly lifestyle experience plus 15% for 20 years? I'll take that over the prestige. Alright, I learned the Velothis language, which is really good. Now that we're done with that personal scheme, it frees us up to do another scheme. I want to increase my opinion with my realm priest, so I'm gonna sway my realm priest. Alright, I have the chance to heal somebody. 82% chance that I saved them. They join my court, and I get a strong hook on them. This is a woman of Gajulani. She's loyal, the complete opposite of that prisoner that we were looking at before. She's loyal. She's severely injured, but the whole point of this event is to save her. Do I want her to join my court? Not bad. She has okay prowess. I could make her one of my knights. The rest of her skills kind of don't impress me, but prowess does, and this loyal trait is nice. Less likely to join factions against me. Let's save her. I saved a life. She joined my court, got the strong hook, and I got 300 learning lifestyle experience. I'm gonna make sure she's my knight. And I'm actually gonna take a look at my knights. I'm gonna force her. I'm gonna force all my oath men here. If they're only knights, let's force them. If they're counselors, we're gonna forbid them. I'll forbid my mage as well, and my chancellor. A little over a year until our truce ends. I want to grab this one first before I risk going to war with these orcs. They have a lot of men-at-arms. I'm checking that everybody's of my religion, which we are. And opinions are looking okay. They're not bad. I don't have any big opinion problems to deal with. So, just to touch on it again, we are going to wait to save up our money. I think I'm going to wait to get 125 gold, and then we're going to create our duchy title. I'll get that over with. Become a duke and not a dumb, powerless little baron. Or not a baron, a count. We don't want to be at the bottom rung of the ladder, or the second bottom rung of the ladder. We want to be on a higher rung. Alright, it's coming. I could speed it up, but I don't want to. I'll just glance at my menus, see what's going on. We're almost to our restraint perk. And then I think once we get our restraint perk, I'm not going to abandon this tree completely, but we are going to hop out. I want to go into diplomacy, because if I choose this majesty focus, look, I get prestige every month, which is what we need. Prestige is important to us, so that will help. And besides, there are some perks here that I want to get anyway. My favorites here, befriend and groom to rule. We can grab them. Alright, she's finished promoting my culture in my capital, which doesn't solve my problem. A culture with this heritage is already considered native to your capital's nativity region, so converting Redania to my culture didn't help that at all, unfortunately. But we're gonna have 7 years. Alright, I'm gonna leave her on collect taxes very shortly so I can get to 125 gold faster. But then I'm gonna have her promote my culture. $7 months, almost there. I guess technically we could go to war with these guys, but let's err on the side of caution. I don't want to lose a war in front of you guys, so I'm kind of playing it safe. I know I can win this war. I'm not 100% sure I can win this one. So let's do what we know we can do, and then we'll go for this. Alright. We're getting the max amount of levies that we can out of our realm priests, but not quite as much money as that we should be getting. So we'll keep trying to be nice to her. I'm hoping that I'm gonna control... Oh no, what are you doing? Do not come and raid me. Do not come and raid me, sir. I'm gonna raise my army just to be safe. If he wants to raid me, he's gonna have to fight me. Alright, make the right decision. You better make the right decision. Not the wrong one. Nope, he made the wrong decision. What an idiot. Alright, at least we know we can beat him now. Get the hell out of here. What a dumbass. Alright, yeah, you better just stand there and lick your wounds. Uh-oh, we have another one coming. Okay, this one is a little bit different. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna just... I can't disband. I don't want to lose a battle. Alright, we'll just stand our ground. We'll just stand our ground. We don't know if he's coming to raid me yet. If he fights me, he fights me. We'll cross our fingers and see if we win the battle. Alright, no, he's not. He's not fighting me. He's gonna go fight these guys? Is that what's happening? Yeah. Alright, our truce is over. I need to get away from these guys. I need to disband my army. Alright, there we go. We're going to declare this war very quickly. I'm going to put my marshal back on organized army. We want to keep making as much money as we can. We want to create this title. We want to create the duchy title as soon as possible. Alright, we finally got restraint, which is what I wanted to work for. Now we're going to switch out. Majesty focus. I'm going to grab my go-tos, befriend and groom to rule. And now we have some prestige income. Don't raid me. Alright. Good boy. And then not too long after this war is over, we will gather up our strength, let our army get to full strength again, and then we can just conquer these guys. No threat. We shouldn't have a problem. And then we can create the duchy. I can now embrace celibacy whenever I want. Alright, we're getting the max amount that we can out of our realm tree, so let's sway somebody else. Let's sway our counselors. I'm gonna do my marshal. Alright, more suiciders. Oh no. Okay, good. Alright, our level of fame went up. That's cool. We're going to disband, let our army get up to full strength again, and then we'll take this county. And then after we take the county, we will create the duchy title. Don't raid me. Don't raid me. Stay away. Attaboy. No. No. Okay. Good boy. Even if he does come into our realm, he's weak. We can beat him anyway. Alright, we got to full strength. I'll wait for him to go away. You know what? Before I declare this war, let's make sure that this raiding party doesn't go all the way to my capital, because if they do that, and I'm sieging this castle, they're gonna get away with it. So let's make sure he's not doing that. Where are you going? Good boy. War. Raise all armies. Let's go. Well, these guys are coming back to defend their land. Too late. Too late, bucko. Wow, I didn't even have to siege. I didn't even have to siege their hold. Hell yeah. Nice. So, we have the pleasure of being able to do our first big decision. It's going to give us 300 prestige, which is really nice. It's going to cost us a bunch of gold, but we're starting to pick up our gold reserves now. So there we go. We are now purple. No. Purple. Red only. Alright, so we are now a duke, and we hold all of this. Now, I'm not up to my domain limit now, but that's okay. I'm gonna start giving away these titles that are useless to me, just so I can ensure that these counties start getting converted to my religion by their owners, and all that. Oh, speaking of this one, this holding is a tribal holding, which I can hold. It's okay for me to hold them. So I need to personally convert this county. Somebody's not going to do it for me. So we have 3 counties that we have to give away. 2 temple holding counties, and then 1 republic county, or 1 city holding. Let's give away the city first. We're going to give everything to Gajulani people. Always. Only people of my culture deserve to get land. I am making powerful vassals now, though. I'm creating counts. So, I'm creating powerful vassals. So, I need them to be Gajulani. Oh, this is one of the guys that I married off to. If I damn. All right, all right, all right. I could just do this. Let's do this. We gave it to somebody who was. I don't believe that they were in my. I don't believe that they were in my court. I just created a random. I just did that. I don't want to lose any courtiers. I need to hold on to my courtiers. Let's give this away now. Maybe we will just give this to somebody. Oh, we have more people to choose from now. People that aren't courtiers. All right, there we go. Cool. Sure, why not? There you go. All right, that helped our domain limit out a little bit. Now we can start thinking about where we're going to advance next, and I think the answer to that question is going to be Kogaroon. I could grab this county. Now, because this is a guy that has multiple counties in his possession, and I can only do one county at a time, and then I'm going to have to wait for truces in between the wars, I might let this one go. This is a tribal holding, so this is something that I can hold personally. This is a church holding, something that I'm going to have to eventually give away. So I guess we'll go for this. We can go for this. The war might be pretty tedious. He doesn't have any allies right now. Oh, I'm noticing that we just went over an hour. All right, I can wait. I can wait. We will wait to declare war on this guy. I won't play anymore. I literally just looked at the clock and I didn't realize that we did go over an hour. So, we got a lot of conquest. We created our duchy. We don't want it to be called Redmoor. We are House Redmoor, but we want the realm to be called... Yeah, Sheogorad. Oh no, we want it to be... Redania. Is that going to change it? No, it's not. Alright, I guess it goes by the name of my dynasty. Alright, so that's fine. We're still nominally Redania. It's just under the House Redmoor, I guess. It's still the same. Alright, whatever. That's okay. We conquered our county, or we conquered our duchy. We own a duchy, and we are now a duke. Let's, I'm gonna check his... No, not your name. Alright. I wanted to use these crowns. I'll keep them as a circlet, and then I guess when we become a king, we'll use the Aelid crown. Because the Crusader Kings 3 ones kind of are, they don't really fit in the world, so I wanted to use the ones that are Elder Scrolls themed. Maybe I could do this one, I'm an emperor? No. Or maybe I could just do this one. Maybe I could just do the glass helmet. So when I become an emperor, I'll just do this one. For now, I'll just keep the circlet. When I become a king, I will give myself the crown, and then when I become an emperor, I'll just give myself the glass helmet. So we are now a duke. Our first order of business is going to be to go to war with Kushtashpi, Start trying to get the Duchy of Kagaroon. Kogaroon. Kogaroon. Sorry. And then we'll have 2 duchies. And then we can continue conquering things. We're starting to get some money now. We're pretty good on our prestige, which is our big money thing. Oh, do I need to... I don't need to do this right now. I do not have a limited tribal authority, so even if I did want to do this, I would need to do this first. Alright, we'll do that then. We'll use some prestige and we'll get to the next level of tribal authority. Now that we have some vassals, it might be useful to do that. And yeah, guys, I think this is going to be the end for the episode. We got a whole bunch of conquests done. We're still not married yet. I think I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Let's see our potentials. Let's see what options we have here. Ooh, we've got a woman here. She's Ashlander. She has attuned and unworn blood like I do. Attuned might be okay. It's not the highest level of that. She looks pretty good. Comely and attuned. She's going to be bringing some inheritables. She's beautiful. Not high priority. This beauty line is not high priority for me. She looks pretty good. Let's keep expanding. Let's wait for a little bit more time to go by, because I need to be very picky about my wife. So we will wait to marry. That's just one last thing. No kids to educate yet, so we don't have to do any of that. I'm going to go back to promoting my culture. I'm going to go back to increasing control. And yeah. That's all the realm management stuff we needed to do. Can't think of anything else. So this is going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. I'm having a good time. We're growing. House Redmoor is growing. We are going to get another duchy in the future. And we are just going to start expanding as fast as we can. And trying to solve our culture problem. But that's going to be in the next episode. So thank you again, guys. Don't forget to like and sub and do all that good stuff. Leave your comments. I loved all the last comments of the last video, so thank you for that. And until the next episode, guys, have a good one.